Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And we are back again talking about environmental wellness with Dr. Shawn Weiss. And Dr. Weiss is sharing with us a lot about just a way in which your environment can support you. And obviously, we just touched on the bathroom. There's a ton of information on Answers for Elders on how you can make the most dangerous room in your house actually one of the safest rooms in your house. And I think that's right. What's so important. So Dr. Shawn, I want to go into this segment. What do you feel is probably one of the things that people don't think about when they're in an environment? What are some things that, like you talk about air quality? That's something I've never talked about.
Well, you think about environmental, when I look at fall prevention, I'm thinking of, extrinsic factors, which are your environmental factors, and intrinsic factors, but which are more physical factors, right? Reducing fall risk, et cetera. But most of the people don't think about the other things that we look at in your environment, which things that can make you sick. How old is your home, right? Do you have good ventilation in your home? When's the last time that you had your heater vents or ducts cleaned? I suggest that they have a suggestion every year that you are getting that. Are you changing the vent on the filter on your furnace, every 30 to 40 days? And then are you doing like an annual cleaning of your vents, especially if you have an older home, and how is it heated? Is it, is it electric heat? Is it gas heat? Is it wood, wood fire heat? Which can leave lots of residue in the home. And then again, if you have an older home, you got to think about things, toxins and molds. And something I was talking about the other day with somebody, which I don't think about all the time, I'm so bad at it, is my curtains. And, I have dogs and things like that. And there's so many allergens that can accumulate on so many different surfaces, sofas, couches, curtains, pillows, carpet, rugs, that we want to make sure that we are not putting extra allergens into the environment. Sure. So I always suggest, if you live in a house that's a little bit older, that you are routinely taking care of those types of things too. Sure. We look at air quality and and pollution, and where you live. What are you in? Are you downwind from something? Is there a plant of some sort? Is there a trash plant? Or there's all kinds of things that you just don't think about that will affect your overall health, especially things that can cause respiratory illnesses. Or do you already have COPD? Were you a smoker at one point, or do you still smoke, or somebody in the house smoke? Then that brings all those things into light, right? Of creating a higher risk for chronic disease. And anytime you're not paying attention to the toxins, you could be placing yourself at a greater risk.
Yeah, right. And I think about too, I know in my bathroom, I have a heat vent. This just happened the other day. Well, I have it closed because it's, I don't need extra heat in my bathroom because I have the warm shower, right? And I have a heat lamp. So but I looked down there the other day and it's just full of dust and grind, it's gone over time. And it's like just to pull that vent out and just to see, there's all kinds of stuff that accumulates. And I can only imagine that it goes down into your ventilation, into your house.
Yeah, and you could take a shop vac and back to clean that out. I looked up at my ceiling the other day and I was like appalled. And I was like, oh my gosh, like what am I doing? And I do this for a living. Sure. And sometimes it just gets overlooked. It's not on the priority list. But if I'm putting this in your ear now, you can go home and go, oh shoot, I need to take care of some of these things. So it's really easy to do to get your vents cleaned professionally, or like I said, you can take a shop vac or something like that as well. So
I have another question. What about bedding? There's different.
Yes. Oh yeah. That should be on the list too.
And there's the
mattresses.
Obviously what do you recommend? Because that has to do, obviously you're in that and you're breathing that for 8 hours.
Yeah. I have people, oh my gosh, I love my mattress, by the way. I love my mattress and it's like probably older than it should be, but you do get a lot of accumulation of dust particles and allergens into those mattresses and on the sheets, believe it or not. Your skin sheds, right? And you can get lots of bacteria and things just from not changing your bedding regularly, not cleaning them regularly, not taking care of your mattress, or not getting a new mattress, or you've had your mattress for 20 years and you'd be surprised. And there's some things that you probably don't want to know.
And you're breathing in those.
You're breathing in those things every single night.
speak.
And also think about the bedroom, Suzanne, like a lot of people, like my husband loves to sleep with a fan. Like he has to have a fan on, even in the winter, like the fan has to be on.
Yeah.
But look at the fan. Have you looked at your fan to see what kind of dust and things are accumulating in the fan? That's literally blowing in your face. Your overhead ceiling fans, those need to be cleaned and wiped off regularly, because it is just blowing those particles in the air for you to breathe in, especially if you're elderly and you're more vulnerable to respiratory illnesses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Dr. Weiss, again, we are here talking about environmental wellness, and we're going to be right back right after this. Answers for Elders thanks you for watching the Vitality Revolution. Discover a blueprint to find a whole new gear in life, new awareness, and greater potential. Subscribe and be a part of our community. Answers for Elders is the North Star of navigating senior care, featuring content to help later life go a lot easier.